How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting, and welcome back to Aokana, Rhythm of the Blue, Rhythm 4, Sky. I don't know what it is. I can't think of it. It's a stupid long title. It's like a light novel book. But we are here, and it looks like this chapter is going to be focusing on Mashiro, which is good because it's like literally the character I know the least about. So fascinating to see that. And Misaki's here. We kind of are saying her, like, hey, can you help us get along with her? And like, we kind of identified some of the points, but I feel like it's still very nebulous. We don't really know her actual motivations besides the fact that she kind of has a crush on Misaki, but that still doesn't answer a lot of questions because that seems very superficial. You can be very fan of somebody, you can have a crush on somebody, and it can drive a lot of what you do, but it doesn't really match up with what I think we're seeing. She also got injured recently, so we got to figure out what that's all about. So I'm not too sure what to expect for this episode because we're kind of like on some type of deal that's supposed to make things better or to like start building a true friendship or at least like connection for Mashiro and Messiah, but I don't know what to expect with that. It'll be interesting to see. The game hasn't really dived into true meaningful emotion too much yet. Maybe some reflection on Messiah's past and like his feelings about stuff. Like clearly there's a lot of trauma there, but how deep does that trauma go? Is it one of those like it's out of proportion because of something that happened to you as a child, or is there like something truly devastating there? I don't know if we're going to find that out quite yet. I get the feeling that's going to be something that's going to be revealed towards the end of the story, but we'll have to see. Anyway, always excited to see how this plays out, so let's jump right in and get to know some of these characters a bit better and just have a good time tonight. I think this is going to be more of a happy-go-lucky type of phase, and I'm all for it. I could use the laugh, so let's see what happens. Hey, where are we going? Alright, Misaki, I'm not sure I can. Apparently, Misaki's last resort has something to do with a pudding, since she made me buy her some at a convenience store. Yeah, this like so last resort we made her a promise about an all-you-can-eat buffet of some kind, if I recall correctly. If she like would commit everything she could to helping build these relationships, and apparently that's what this is about. And now she's taking me to some other strange place. This isn't anywhere near her house. Huh? This is... Seriously, where are we? You want me to pay up front? Oh, you know what? I would guess this is her family's restaurant. Maybe that's how we're gonna get through to her. Maybe is get to know who she's from. I don't remember if they said anyone was like family owned like a shop, but that's my guess. Misaki giggles as she says that. Is this also how they've met? Did Mashiro meet Misaki because Misaki came here for food and she was just like, oh, you're awesome, you're beautiful, all that good stuff. Okay, now we've entered the place. Oh, Botan, okay. Yeah, definitely got the kind mom look. Botan. A young waitress approached us. She seemed like they're acquainted. The young woman finally notices me. Oh no. If this is Mashiro's family, this is just going to enforce this idea that Misaki and I are like a thing. The waitress covers her mouth with a tray in her hand as she asks Misaki that question. Not that it matters, but I can hear every single word she's saying. Unfortunately, Misaki casually answers her in a sarcastic tone. Uh-oh. Misaki? Why are you freaking out? Cold sweat erupts on her body, her breathing grows heavy, her body starts to quiver, and her eyes become even teary. She seems to be struggling really hard here, which has me confused. Did she like swear that we're here for another reason and not the udon, but now she's resisting her natural tendency to just eat whatever's in front of her? Like, her refusing to buy food literally causes her physical pain. You are something else. What? You're some kind of, like, mythical creature.
あら、そうなの?
Can't believe this is hard for her to say no to udon. Pretty lame that Misaki's most flustered by that question than when the waitress asked of her if I was her boyfriend. Kinda hurts even. Why are you holding back? Just get something.
私の一世一代の決意を邪魔しないで。
Doing something meaningful here. Don't step on it. Oh, come on. You can't be serious.
じゃなくて、帰ってきてます？あら、心配してきてくれたのね。大したことないみたいだし、もうそろそろ帰ってくる頃だと思うけど。
Worried? Nothing serious? Something about that sounds awfully familiar.
食べないなら上に上がって待ってる？
Yep.
いいですか？どうぞ。お茶とジュース、どっちがいい？大丈夫です。
Okay, I'm officially lost. Huh? Hi. I hurriedly bow in response to her smile, then quickly follow after Misaki and keep myself from getting left behind. That's like her mom. That's Mashiro's mom or something. Whoa. Yeah, I can see. Whoa. I like easy be like, well, this place is a pigsty. It's like, come on, this is like actually like a normal high schooler's room. Like, this is more like realistic than any bedroom we've seen so far. Except there is a lot of cats, I will say. I like the samurai in the top left corner of the screen, though. Whoa. I don't even know how to describe this room. It's not messy per se, but there's so much stuff around it definitely comes across that way. I have a bad feeling about this. But this is someone's room. He hasn't, pieced together, he hasn't rubbed his two little brain cells together enough to know that this is likely Mashiro's room. But even so, he senses danger. No, I'm coming. Urged on by a second time, I step into the room. I already feel bad about entering the room, so there's no way I can just casually play games in here without even knowing who the owner is. I look around the room again, and other than the consoles that are sprawled across the floor, there are a ton of plushies in different sizes that all share a similar design. It's a cat-like creature that has Vile God written on it. Well, what the fetch is that supposed to mean?
それなんだっけ？モンタッタってゲームのお助けだったかな？手伝って戦ってくれるやつ。
Mon Eat. What is this game supposed to be like a spoof of, huh? So why is it called Vile God exactly? Nah, it's probably something I'm better off not knowing. You sure seem to know a lot about this stuff.
新作が出るたびにゲームをゲーム機ごと渡されてプレイしたからね。一緒にやってくれる人いないんだってさ。あの子、基本いい子キャラして猫かぶってるから。
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So she's very much a geek, but she tries to hide it. Shoot, don't tell me. Oh, cool. You actually started to use that brain. Where exactly are we? I mean, it obviously isn't your place.
あれ、言ってなかったっけ？真っ白の部屋だよ。
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would have taken just a fraction of a possible second. I knew it! I bolt out of the room.
どうしたの？
That makes perfect sense. I mean, the room has a refined aura of elegance and class. I compliment the room in an attempt to paint over my mistake.
まさや、入ってすぐにうわーって言ってたよね。
Shush. Don't tell her. Promise you won't say anything to Mashiro, okay? I'm not just acting. I'm super desperate here.
大丈夫だって。コンビニでプリン買ったでしょ？あの子の大好きな生クリームの乗ってるやつ。
Oh, a peace offering. You made me buy a present for her? The plastic bag from the convenience store is in my hand. I flail it about randomly, but after hearing that, I gently set it down.
あの子、トウモロコシも大好きなんだけど、おばあちゃんが作ってるのは早くても6月にならないと取れないから。
So we live in a future where out-of-season crops just aren't a thing, huh? Or maybe it's a conservation thing. Listen, I'm not worried about the state of her room, you hear? The real problem is I just took a good look at all her stuff without her permission.
まさや、必死すぎない？
I would say no. he's actually reacting well, because while normally this wouldn't be a big problem, she clearly, as Misaki's pointed out, she has a lot about her personality and her interests that she hides. She purposely is embarrassed by the stuff that she enjoys. Should she be embarrassed? No, because we should all be able to like what we like, and it shouldn't be a problem as long as it's not harming anyone else. It's just whatever, right? But if you are ashamed of it, or at least you don't want a lot of people to know about it, and then somebody brings you into your personal space where it's very clearly a part of like your life, you're crossing into a territory that is actually very personal. I get that. It's actually been a while. I'm pretty blatant about the stuff I like. Oh, no, not entirely true. I will say this. God, this is actually dangerous to say. I don't think it'll be a problem. But I have yet to ever really talk about the YouTube channel with coworkers. I barely talk about it with my friends and family. But that's because they already know me, and it's like I sometimes just want to talk about the cool stuff that happens here, like the stuff I make and how much I enjoy making it. Like it comes out, and so those closest to me, they know, especially like my family. They do support it. Like it has to be, within reason, but they support it. But that's all a whole part of like, you live with other people. You got to make sure you're on the same page with stuff. But I will say this. I don't think it's something I want to bring up with my coworkers. I feel like that's, I don't know, gauche. It's, you're forced to work with people. You don't get to choose them. I don't want to get into long conversations about topics that people aren't that interested in discussing, but might try to talk to me about anyway. I'm not shy about liking visual novels or games and stuff. Again, I can kind of keep that mostly to myself unless people ask questions. But the YouTube channel feels a lot more personal to me. And also, I guess it'd be kind of like people going through my bedroom in this sense, where it's like, I'm not ashamed of the YouTube channel per se, but I also feel like that's a privileged space. It's a space where I want to reserve, despite the fact that it's open to the public. It sounds weird that way, but like nobody comes to my channel, turns on one of my hour-long videos, and like sits there listening to me for no reason or because they're not enjoying it. Like, you're here because you want to be here. If you wouldn't, there's so many people you can watch that's not me. I understand that. That's why I'm so happy you're here. That doesn't mean I want my coworkers to know about it. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe I'm being overprotective, and what I was just saying for Mashiro applies to me. I shouldn't be ashamed of the things I like as long as it's not harming anybody. But I think part of it is something that I find very emotionally personal. Something I am very happy with, and it brings me a lot of joy. And I don't want people, I don't know. They already have to have so much of my time and attention, being part of my job. I don't know if I want them to also know about my hobby, at least in this way. I don't know. I'm probably just being weird. Oh gosh. I don't know why okay, hi, can you blame me? I mean, I made a similar mistake before, which ended pretty poorly. Anyway, I'm out of here.
ここなら腹を割って話せると思ったのに。
Misaki, with her permission, how would you feel if I just showed up in your room? What if you came home and I was sitting on your bed? Like, would you actually be happy with that? If anything, it'll be a dagger to the heart talk.
お、うまいこと言った感ある。
Why? This isn't funny. Look, if you wouldn't like it if I just barged into your room, right?
私だったら大して気にしないと思うけど。
Really? Well, aren't we special?
ボタンさんが上がってって言ってくれたし。
And you should have politely declined. Actually, now I think about it, Mashiro's sister must have thought that we came to check on Mashiro since she got injured earlier. Oh, I messed up. As her coach, I should have apologized to her family right away. We're past that point now, though.
もしかして、真っ白傷つくかな？
Honestly, yeah. If she finds out, yeah. I can't tell whether she'll snap or cry, but I'm pretty sure it'll be bad either way. Uh-oh. She's right behind me, isn't she?
どうしよう。
Misaki quietly drops her shoulders. Wait, she's seriously sad about this? Misaki usually treats Mashiro quite coldly, but maybe she actually cares a whole lot about her. She just could be showing her affection in her own weird way. It's really hard to tell, though. I'm sorry. Having returned downstairs with Misaki, finding out that there happens to be no customers around, I apologize to Botan-san without a moment's delay.
あら、何が？
I explained that it's for both not introducing myself earlier, letting Mashiro get injured.
そんなこといいのよ。気にしないで。
According to what she said, Mashiro herself, Madoka, and Aoi-san already informed her of Mashiro getting injured.
それと、真っ白の怪我については、話を聞く限り、あの子のドジだし。
I mean,
本人もそう言ってたわ。
maybe, but he has responsibility because he's training her. And it's also, I don't know, I think reasonable to be oversensitive about like taking responsibility for something like that. Just because. It shows a healthy attitude. But
母親の言うことだから、信用してくださいな。
like I said, she's got that motherly air,
Masaya-senpai?
but she looks young, and he's like assumed that she was her sister. Huh?
部活でのこと、真っ白から聞いているわ。いい先輩だって。
Oh, really? That actually is surprising, actually. Huh? She was actually talking me up at home? Here I was under the impression she didn't like me. Oh wait, is her mother just lying to me to make me feel better? Well, I'm standing there feeling kind of awkward.
こちらこそ、真っ白がお世話になっています。これからもよろしくお願いします。
I hope so. Cool. With that, she bows her head to me. Also, Botan-san.
何かしら？
You're her mom? I'm surprised you aren't actually Mashiro's sister.
あら、嬉しい。食べてきなさい。ごちそうしちゃうから。
You're gonna lose a lot of money if all I have to do is say a nice thing to you. I'm not trying to flatter her, I swear. No matter how I look at her, she doesn't seem anywhere old enough to be Mashiro's mother. Mashiro looks young for her age too, and that still isn't enough to change things on my mind. Before answering, I bow one more time and...
ただいま。
Ah, there she is. The sudden arrival of someone makes me hurriedly raise my head. There was no customer before now, so it wasn't a problem, but it could spark weird rumors if someone saw me standing around with my head bowed.
Masaya senpai?
Turns out it's not a customer, but a wide-eyed Mashiro.
ちょっとやめてください。困ります。
She quickly approaches us, making sure she doesn't put weight on her injured foot. Whoa, careful, don't push yourself.
先輩がそんなことしてるからじゃないですか。
I tried to stop her, but she ignores me and reaches us in short order. She isn't using crutches, and I don't see a cast either. Maybe it was taped together? They could have just bandaged it too. Well, I'm just glad the injury isn't anything too serious. That's a relief. What if she faked the injury? I doubt it, but like, what if she did? Like, why would she do that? But that aside, what are you telling me to stop doing exactly?
どうせ先輩のことですから、怪我をしたのはコーチのせいだって、私のミスなのに謝ってたんじゃないですか？
She's right on the money, Botan. Literally just pointed out moments ago as well. Guess that one more moment she saw me bowing my head to Botan-san told the whole story.
私は私で判断して行動してます。そういう勘違いはやめてください。
I'm sorry, I didn't really think things through.
真っ白。
Botan-san calls out to Mashiro in an admonishing manner. Whew, I'm guessing she doesn't like her harsh tone. Mashiro stares back at her sharply, seeming getting ready to argue.
またやっちゃったな。
But her anger deflates like a balloon.
すみません。頭の中では先輩の意図とか。
Huh? Seeing Mashiro act all polite throws me for a loop.
真っ白。美咲先輩、いらしてたんですか？
There we go. How unusual. Seems Mashiro's only just noticed Misaki.
診察結果どうだって？捻挫です。1週間くらいで治るそうで。
That's not bad.
そっか。その程度で済んでよかったね。心配して様子を見に来てくださったんですか？
Sadly, she's gonna probably say no, but I think she kinda did. I don't know, it's hard to tell.
今日はマサヤの付き添いで。
A little bit of a lip service wouldn't have hurt, yet Misaki just tells you the truth. Man, like I thought though, earlier, she's usually pretty cold to Mashiro.
マサヤ先輩の付き添いで。
Of course that's what you heard. Ugh. And now that Misaki's involved, I have a feeling Mashiro's gonna get upset. However...
ごめんなさい、美咲先輩。少しマサヤ先輩とお話ししたいんですけど。
Oh gosh.
じゃあ、私は帰るよ。もともと付き添いできたからね。
Don't say that. Why?
そうですか。残念ですけど、 わかりました。
You're doing a lot of psychic damage to her, you know. Things have taken a very different turn.
それじゃね、マサヤ。頑張って。マサヤ先輩、こちらへ。
Yeah. Now, to make this a full failure, we just have to mention that we were in her room. Before I fully grasp the situation, I end up sitting across from Mashiro at the corner table.
いらっしゃいませ。
Customers have also started to appear, which makes this all feel even more weird.
何から話せばいいのかって感じですが。
Mashiro seems to be having a hard time as her eyes dart about, her fingers fidget in place. And apparently, having finally gathered her resolve.
ちょっと待っててください。
Mashiro? She dashes upstairs after saying that. What's she up to? That's... What? I see one of the vile god plushies I saw in Mashiro's room in the chair across from me.
聞こえます？
Oh no. Mashiro's voice comes from the plushie. Man, this is weird. Seeing she put up on the phone with an outgoing call under it. Are you seriously using the plushie as a proxy? I ask as I turn to face the thing. Look, I'm having a hard time taking this seriously. Can't you just come back?
嫌です。
That was fast.
想像なさってるのなら、多分それが答えです。そっとしておいて、そのこと話してください。
Okay.
いいですね。先輩が喋ってるのは邪神ちゃんで、私じゃないんです。わかりましたね。
Doommeow, cool. Okay. I feel like it'd be fun to tease her about it, but now's not clearly the time. Honestly, this whole thing with the plushie is actually kind of cute.
さて、ではお話を聞きましょうか。
Personally, I hope the conversation's just as cute, but that's not likely. Okay, to start things off, I'm sorry. You're so upset with me that you didn't even want to see my face, right? I assume that's one of the reasons she doesn't want to talk to me directly. In that case, it's better to get out of the way, yeah? Mashiro?
まあ、それもありますけど。
To my surprise, Mashiro stammers a bit.
単に恥ずかしいだけよ。
Aww, that's kind of sweet. Huh?
お
Mom!
母さんはい、お茶。
Mashiro's mom places a cup of tea on the table as she says that.
真っ赤にしてる顔、見られたくないのよ。
Oh my gosh.
ちょっとお母さんまあ、許してあげてね。あの子も女の子だし、恥ずかしがり屋だから。
Okay. Alright, I'm becoming a fan of Mashiro because this means, most likely, that Mashiro is just a really introverted girl who has a lot of geeky, enjoyments. But she can be sociable. She doesn't like being social. She probably doesn't like crowds or, going into public places. And probably even doesn't really like the FC, eventing, especially when people are watching her. Because she's more introverted. But because she's a sociable person, she can handle putting herself out there, being in front of crowds, talking and being not exploited or explicit. Both bad words that aren't what I mean. Expressive, that's the word. Gosh darn it. There's something wrong with me tonight. Okay. Expressive. So she can handle social situations. She can read social cues. She can read the room. Probably has a great understanding of people in general. But she doesn't like it. She feels uncomfortable or feels drained after doing so. This is her home. This is her happy space. This is where she normally gets to disconnect and unplug from everything. When we've invaded it, and so she's a lot more embarrassed. And she's a lot more herself here. That's cool. That actually was relatable. I'm very similar. I do the YouTube channel as one thing, but I can get in front of crowds. I can do volunteer work. I am fairly comfortable in social situations, but they don't charge me up. They make me drained. I did a educational community event, volunteered. Ironically, we set up a booth at a Ren fair, which was pretty fun. But I was at the booth working at for the entire 7-8 hours that we were doing the thing. So I was on my feet the whole time. I was talking to people the whole time. But by the end of the day, not only were my legs sore, but I was just so emotionally exhausted that this day I've just kind of been like in a cave, just kind of hiding within myself and not wanting to deal with things. So I get it. I get Mashiro. I get it. So yeah, she went from the person who I was least interested to all the way up to just being right on par with all the other girls now, because I have a much better understanding of just who she is, and I love it. It's really cute. This does suck though. Like, I understand her mom's just trying to be nice, and I understand that Mashiro is just like gonna be embarrassed no matter what her mom does, but like she won't. She's just really, today's just psychic damage day.
そんなに泣きそうな顔で心配しなくても大丈夫よ。別に変な顔にはなっていないから。
Why would we be upset? We're apologizing. Why? What? Huh? Mashiro suddenly pokes her head out from where she hears that. But then she immediately hides it again.
引っかかった。
I'm not mad.
お母さん、もうあっち行ってて。真っ白かわいい。こら！
Mashiro's mom moves the plushie's arms up and down. Those aren't the real Mashiro's arms, but for whatever reason, she's acting like they are.
お母さん！
I almost feel like this is a decent picture right here. Just like, what is even happening?
はいはい。
Mashiro's acting like a child right now. Guess that's just how people are around their parents. I'm sorry. In the end, Mashiro comes out to talk to me directly. So what? What was even the point of using Doommeow in the first place?
それで、今日はどういうことなんですか?
I just wanted to check up on you. Or actually, no. Should I be honest here? Will it cause any problems if I just tell her I want us to get along better? Yeah, who am I kidding? That'd be really creepy. Still, it won't get me anywhere if she doesn't know how I feel, so I've got no choice. It's for our club. If this doesn't work for Mashiro, I'll just have to search for a different way. I want us to get closer. Why'd you say it like that?
Huh?
Oh, don't misunderstand. I only meant as a fellow club members. Yeah, honestly, it's the best policy. I wonder how she'll react.
なるほど。そうだったんですか。わあ、それはわざわざありがとうございます。私もマサヤ先輩とは仲良くなりたいなって常々思ってたんですよ。
Have you? All your actions up until now have said otherwise.
これからぜひよろしくお願いしますね。
Cool. Great. A smile appears on Mashiro's face. However, I sense a bit of melancholy behind it, almost as if she feels lonely. Maybe she's still mad at me. Maybe she just wants to be done with the conversation. Or maybe she actually means it and I'm reading too deep into things. Who cares? I just need to trust her. Okay. Let's work on that starting tomorrow. Also, I'll say this one last time. I'm sorry about today. I start to get up.
ちょっと待ってください。
Okay.
さっきので本来は済ますところなんですけど、その...
Okay. Huh? She seems sort of hesitant about saying whatever's on the tip of her tongue.
一つお聞きしたいんですけど。
Okay. Go right ahead. It's gonna be about Misaki, right?
先輩ってどこか同年代に思えないというか、あ、大人っぽくて憧れるとかじゃないですよ。
Okay. You seem like an adult, but not about maturity or saying I look up to you. By what? Because I didn't just like brush you off? Thanks for always going out of your way to inflict that extra bit of damage, Mashiro.
ただ、強くてニューゲームって言うんですかね。
You know what? Take this as a win, dude. She's being her more real self here, as we see.
今の先輩って興味あることあるのかなとか、熱くなることあるのかなって。
Oh. This also might be a good read on us, like, especially before FC, like her impression of us from those times.
先輩?
Mashiro calls out to me in a questioning tone.
私、言い過ぎました?
Oh no, it's fine. The damage has been done already, so there's no point in complaining now.
本当ですか?
Yeah, you just surprised me there. Never dreamed that was what you thought of me. She seems surprised. I guess I touched a sore spot. Crap, she must feel bad about it as I do right now. You okay?
本当は
Hmm?
本当はもう少し突っ込んだことを言いたいんですけど
Oh, gosh.
先輩のことよく知らないのに言うのもひどいかと
Honestly, it might be for the best if you just said. You can't be serious. You're saying you've got even worse things to say about me? I'm scared.
ですからこれ
Huh? Before I know it, Mashiro's holding out her hand to me. And that hand is holding a PSQ. But
気にしないでくださいうち3台ありますから
you have 3 handheld PlayStations, basically PSPs, right? Why do you have 3? Wait, that's beside the point.
FC やっててこんな感じなんだから別の方法しかないんじゃありませんか
Okay. I suck at video games.
私 FC 苦手です合宿とか行っても相手にされませんし
Oh. She looks pretty upset. Hold on, is she actually mad about what happened back then? Still.
まあちょっとやってみましょう勝手な狼藉の罰ゲームだと思って
Oh man, what a horrible fate to have to play a video game as a punishment. Punishment?
先輩がゲームやってるとこ見てみたいだけですから
Well, I guess it'll work as common ground if I do. Got it. And so Mashiro hands me her PSQ in a somewhat forceful manner. After that, I leave Mashiro's place and make my way back home. What about the pudding? Did you give her the pudding of, like, happy friendship making? I'm not quite sure whether our relationship has improved, but oh well. Should be a positive development, I think. I mean, yeah, no, she shared something personal with you. That's positive. Gazing at the PSQ she gave me, I forced myself to believe that. I guess I should stop here. I finished studying early and pull out Mashiro's present. I sit down with Mashiro's PSQ in my hands. To be honest, I'm not exactly excited to use this thing.
今の先輩って興味あることあるのかなとか熱くなることあるのかなって
Mashiro sure didn't mince words. Man, she sure didn't mince words. And I think that's true, actually. It's kind of important. My voice went weird there. It's important to have passions. I mean, this channel is a great example. Like, I feel like I get so much personal meaning and purpose and just joy because I found something passionate about making content. I don't think this is for everybody. I think a lot of people dream about the idea because, like, conceptually it seems like fun to be able, especially for those people who can, like, make money doing it. But at its core, there's got to be a level of passion there, because part of it is also, like, I've enjoyed, like, learning how to manipulate audio, how to do some of the editing. Not that my editing's terribly difficult, but it still was fun to learn what I've learned, and I'm motivated to try and learn more in the future somehow. I gotta figure out a way to do that, but I want to, and it's because I enjoy the process of making content from the ground up. Sure, the recording part's the most fun, but, like, there is something fun about editing, and especially like when you can make a flow work together, or you do a slick edit that can be kind of enjoyable. It's part of why I've enjoyed the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough that's basically just been a hiatus for a while, because finding time to play it's been really challenging, but that was always a fun series to edit down because I had to be a lot more creative with it, and that was fun, and I still enjoy that a lot. I hope I get to finish that series soon. I'm pretty close, actually. If I just can eke out some more of that time, we could probably wrap that series up shortly, but it's a challenge. Anyway, moving on. She didn't mince words. I get up and head over to my dresser with a wry smile on my face. I rummage around the drawer with my stuff in it and pull something out from the back. Grab shoes that are not too small for me to wear. I told myself I'd never take them out again, and yet here I am doing exactly that. This has been happening a lot lately. It's still weighing down in my mind. I honestly don't know the answer to that question at this point. Back then, my anger was so intense that it took my breath away, and mixed with the other emotions from the deep fog within my mind, simply looking at these shoes made me unable to stand. And now all I'm feeling is a tightness in my chest. And that kind of makes me feel sad. It's all in the past now. I mean, sure, I'm involved at FC again, but it's not the same. However, now that I think about it, I haven't been all that passionate about anything since I quit FC. I wasn't doing it at a conscious level, but maybe I was, in a way, putting on the brakes. And maybe, just maybe, it's all true for my job as a coach. Guess I'll try and get absorbed in something again. Mashiro's gift is a good opportunity for me to get out of my comfort zone. I should give it a shot. Actually, maybe I should check the guide first. I doubt I'm going to like it much, but it's better than having a plan in mind when if you want to make effective progress. I turn on my computer, Oh, I got a new email. After reading it, I typed my reply.
ひなたさん
Oh, what? Rika, what? After I go back and forth over email, I hear a voice from the window. Oh, good evening, Ichinose. Is this gonna be our new, like, tradition? Is like we occasionally just chat across the window? That's very cute. She was the one who emailed me. We've been exchanging pictures that were taken during the training camp.
よかった
She seems awfully relieved. What's that all about?
いつもならこうやって窓を開けてお話しされるので、もしかしたらお体の具合でも良くないのかと。
She talks about this like we do this all the time. Isn't this like our third conversation through the windows? You really mean that?
はい
Oh, nope, never mind. Seems like my earlier experience with Mashiro had made me develop a slight distrust of women. Okay. Well, I doubt I have to worry about Ichinose at all. Dude. First of all, that's rude. Second of all, you probably do. Because, like, it's not a woman thing. It's a person thing. People just don't always say what's on their mind or just say what they're feeling deep down. We wish we were more upfront about stuff, but guys, girls, we both do this. We both protect ourselves. We both, like, hold back because for most people it's reasonable. But yeah, you gotta break those barriers down for the people you care about. Thanks for worrying about me.
いえいえ、とんでもありません。むしろひなたさんこそ何かされていたんでしたら申し訳ありません。
Sure, I was in the middle of something, but I'm probably the worst offender between the two of us.
理由ですか？
I've kind of come to realize that's not a good idea to peek into a girl's room just because of what will happen to them. We just happen to be neighbors.
覗いてたんですか？
Foot in mouth. Of course not. Never do something like that.
ですよね。
Ichinose nods, clearly believing my words.
それにしっかりと自衛手段を取らせていただいてますし。
Oh no. Does that mean she's wearing shorts under her skirt or what?
突然や無理やりだと困りますけどね。
Why would you think I would? Oh, wait a minute. I was about to say, it's like, why would you think I'd do that? And then reflecting back to the last interaction we had. Can't apologize enough for that. When she brings that up, all I can do is apologize.
冗談ですよ。
No, I'm not.
そんなひなたさんだと思うから、私はそれほど警戒してないんですよ。
That's very gracious of you. Thanks. The girl's very simple and honest. It'd be nice if it'd be nice if a certain someone learned a few things from her.
それにしても、どうして突然そんなことを気にされるようになったんですか？
Oh, I wonder if Rika could be our confidant to bounce ideas off of. Well, you could say something close to that happened. Something that made me want to do better, basically.
近いこと？
Let me just say I got a chance to enter a girl's room. Oh, it's not like that! Ichinose seems to be at a loss for words. Ichinose?
それはそうですよ。女の子の部屋をチロチロ見るなんて。アスカさんだって、
Oh my
きっと
gosh.
すごい勇気を出したんだと思いますし。
You gotta stop assuming. Like, hold on. I feel like you're totally misreading the situation. She's probably assuming I either go into Asuka's or already have. I haven't even been to her house. You know, Ichinose has some issues too. She just won't give up on the idea of me and Asuka as an item. Still, it's better clear this up before it's too late. So yeah, I was just about to start playing Monster Eater. Is that supposed to be Monster Hunter? Because that's a great game.
モンタッタですか。
Oh, Mon Eat. Okay, so it's Monster Hunter, Monster Eater instead of Monster Hunter. And then if that's, then the cat would be like the little, oh shoot, what are they called? I know, I played that game. I played Monster Hunter World. God, the palicos is the stuffed animals that Mashiro has supposed to be like the palico equivalent, because that'd be funny. I can't believe that's an official abbreviation. It sounds stupid. Someone should put an end to it.
ちょっと前に最新作が出たんですよね。
You playing it?
前作までは友達とやってましたけど、私はまだ部活も始めたばかりですし。
Aw. Oh, okay. Can you give me some tips then?
アドバイスって。
Ichinose looks up for a moment as she thinks.
そういうのも含めて、有坂さんに尋ねてみたらいいんじゃないでしょうか。
True. Can't argue with that logic. Guess I'd better consult Lord Doommeow tomorrow. Oh, That was an abrupt end. The next day, I go over to Mashiro's classroom first thing in the morning.
Senpai!
The is a proper way to is a proper way to greet someone? There's something I want to. Hey! She stops me from continuing, then pulls my sleeve while leading me away. She's like, don't talk to me in front of these people. I have a reputation to uphold. What's the deal? She drags me away from our classroom entrance, heading toward the part of the hallway where we're mostly alone.
朝一番から来たと思ったら武器の特性を教えてくれって。
Yeah, he's currently apparently getting obsessed. Oh, come on. How am I supposed to understand anything with the short explanation the game gave me?
一応やる気はあるんですね。
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I just started, and I'm currently trying to learn the controls by playing tutorial quests. However, I ended up confused by the weapon choices. If it's supposed to be a spoof of Monster Hunter, I get it. I played Monster Hunter World, and I've got a good sense for games. I've been playing them my whole life, but some of those controls for some of those weapons are just insane. They like a switch axe and the charge blade. I'm just like, what is that? And then I think the what's the instrument one? The horn something. There's the musical weapon. Also, just like, what am I supposed to do with this? So, but the weapon I tried all of them out because I wanted to get a feel for them. And the one that spoke to me, the one I had the most fun with, that I still love, is the Insect Glaive. If you play Monster Hunter, Insect Glaive all the way. That's it's so much fun. I mean, there's so many different ones. That's why I'm here to ask Mashiro for advice.
と言っても、それぞれ特性や癖がありますし、属性もあるので進めるのも難しいんですけど、そもそも一つの武器に絞らなくてもいいですし。
Yeah, it's true. But if you're like me, or probably like Messiah, it would be like you want to feel like you can master one before you dabble. Learning all of them right away isn't really possible though.
好みはあります？前衛後衛とか、あと近距離と遠距離、効率重視とかいろいろありますし。あと武器で性格占うってのもありますよ。結構当たるって評判なんで逆算で入れてみてもいいかも。
Personality reading. Is there one for Monster Hunter? Because I'd love to know what that is. That's interesting. I like the stuff is very it tends to be very broad and tends to be very appealing to everybody, but I do love personality quizzes just for the fun of it. So if there is one like that, I'd love to take it.
先輩はめんどくさがりなので体験ですかね。
Why do you think I'm lazy? Don't go calling me lazy. I'd say that fits Misaki way better.
適当なことを言わないでください。
My apologies. Also, apparently you think great swords are like a lame, loser weapon. I imagine there's gonna be some people who'd be like, hey, what are you saying about that? The atmosphere itself is peaceful. We're both clearly at odds already. Didn't I pick this game up to solve our issues? It just seems to be making things worse. Okay, so what weapon is Misaki using?
Misaki 先輩は覚えるのめんどくさいってそもそもやってません。
Aw. Still wanna say I'm the lazy one? I knew it. Well, I guess it's pretty similar to FC in a way.
はい？
Personality plays a huge hand in what playstyle you pick. Hold on. So then Mashiro is... Are you using a weapon that fits you?
どういう意味ですか？
How is she confused? I mean exactly what I said.
教えるのやめようかな。生徒がこんなに反抗的じゃ。教
Congratulations.
える気がしないな。
In this short conversation, we've identified the exact problem. Oh,
おはよ
fetch.
う中島くん。
Oh,
今
fetch.
朝も元気そうだね。
I skipped. I didn't realize it was going to skip. I don't know how to... I think it scrolled my wheel, but I think it jumped through. I'm so sorry. Shoot. How do I fix that? Okay. Hang on a second. I'm going to go back. That's a lot to skip, so I think I'll just get us back, so give me a second. Alright, we're back. I didn't realize I had such a powerful weapon as a scroll wheel. I took the opportunity to get back here to utilize it, and I just have a free scroll wheel, so I can scroll a little bit, or I can scroll a lot, and it'll continue to scroll. It can be useful. It also could stab me in the back, apparently, a couple times, and that's what happened there. So, we're back here, but I got to play with it a little bit. Pretty fun coming back. Anyway, what I was saying here is that the problem we have is that both of them won't listen to each other. So that's the idea, is that she's trying to teach us, but she feels like we're not listening. And we're trying to teach her, but she's not listening. That's what we're gonna have to do. We're standing together, but we're looking at two different things. It's like, I remember the analogy I was heard growing up was the idea that like two people are standing on opposite sides of a like parking space. And like one of them is has been assigned to parking space 6 and one's been assigned parking space 9, and they're both fighting, saying that they're in each other's parking space, and it's simply them standing on either side and they're seeing it from the wrong perspective, so it looks like a 6 or a 9 based on how they're standing. It's kind of the same thing with these two. They're together, as part of the SC team, but they don't see each other's point of views very well, and so they keep passing each other. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm being a bad student here.
どうしようかな。
I don't like that tone.
先輩相手にやってもですね。
Man, she sure knows how to push my buttons.
おはよう、アリサカ。
おはよう、中島くん。今朝も元気そうだね。
That's one quick change in attitude. Dang it, I swear I'll get good enough to make her eat her cheeky words.
ひなたくん、モンタって始めたんだって？
Hi, Madoka, and yes, apparently you're very excited about this. Again, you play video games. I put one on the checkboard for Madoka being the best. Yeah, I kind of have to now.
じゃあ部活が終わったらみんなでやりましょう。
That's the beauty. Monster Hunter was so much fun being able to play with other people. You sure? Because it's a great game, and then the fact you also could go on hunts together is so good. You sure?
もちろんですよ。
I'm super bad.
そうなると思って。じゃん！
What'd you do? Madoka pulls out a finely decorated PSQ.
ボッシュ。
Oh! Wow, sucks to be you.
違うんです先生。ダメって言ったのに PSQ が勝手についてきちゃったんです。
Oh, come on. You gotta do better than that.
そうか。じゃあ悪い子の PSQ にしっかりと説教しておくから、放課後になったら迎えに来なさい。文句はないな。
That's what I call a one-hit KO.
何も言えないですね。
Later that day after practice, Madoka is acting all giddy with her newly reclaimed PSQ in hand.
まさかこんなに大勢でやるなんて。
Yeah, so many people who play. Mashiro, who's basically the one who started all this, is a bit daunted by the situation. Want to call it off then?
まさや先輩は本当に意地悪ですね。
Why? Mashiro directs a glare at me and says that. Guess I'd better stay clear of any further comments of that nature. It's really fine for us to play here. I tried to get a serious answer out of our manager.
背徳的でよくない？
Sure, that's an answer a manager would give. Yeah, I'd prefer to avoid the PSQ confiscation ending personally. It may be after school, but this is still our club room. If she finds us out, Aoi-san will definitely chew us out.
どれくらいやったんですか？
Maybe 2. Oh, I basically just finished creating my character. Are you gonna join us, Misaki?
みんながやるならやる。
I like that about Misaki. Okay, time to start, I guess. We pick a giant boar kill quest that's for beginners. I suggest playing the tutorial to try out different weapons first, but that boring idea shot down instantly.
体験にしよう。
Oh, really? What's the personality tied to that again?
いいんです。
Uh-huh. Mashiro ignores my little jab. We really shouldn't be antagonizing her like that, but it might be a good way to bond. Asuka chooses a sword and shield, which is... Asuka is just pure vanilla. That's so her. I love that. Sword and shield is really good, though. I suck with it, but the fact that the boon of it being able to consume potions without putting your weapon away, really good. And Madoka goes with the bow. Nice.
まどかちゃんはエレガントの部屋がいっぱいに。
Well, it only goes up to 4 players. First come, first served. I figured the weapon and armor choices probably reflect their personalities and FC playstyle, but since I'm new to the game, I have no way of figuring any of that out. What is this stealthy pose in the background? Is she trying to sneak in? Madoka. Anyway, time to get started. And it's like playing like... It really sounds like Monster Hunter music, doesn't it? It's like, if it's not like from the game series, it's super close. Anyway, time to get started. It goes pretty well despite us being beginners, but by the time we start to get used to the game, the enemy puts us in our places appear. An enemy that puts us in our place appears. What the? Is there actually a way to beat this thing? It's probably the big, oh, fetch. I haven't played it in a while. What's the big T-Rex looking one that's just always just runs in and ruins your day? I don't even stand a chance. The monster ferociously charges, sending me and Asuka flying, but Mashiro and even Misaki, who's playing Mon Eat 4 for the first time, successfully dodge it. Can't say I'm surprised that Misaki's the fastest learner amongst the 3 newbies. She's back and what are you doing, Madoka? She's like, let me play, let me play. She's like a little puppy. Aww.
Mashiro,
The screen flashes, the monster is hit with the confused status. Naturally, I try to jump in. I'm taking you down. I'm gonna get you. I don't know. How do I even manage that? Here are the results of our first Mon Eat session. Misaki, surprisingly talented. Well, of course. Asuka will be good given enough practice. Basically just her MO. That's just who she is. Me has trouble even pressing the right buttons. Yeah, I feel that, bud. That's pretty depressing. I didn't know I was this bad. No, wait. I know I'm at least average. The two of them appear quite excited. How should I put this? I feel like a loser who's watching the people who beat me collect their prizes. Yeah. No, that's a terrible comparison. Oh, trust me, I'm sure there's a lot. Obviously. My fellow loser Asuka consoles me, and I react in turn. Huh? An instant later, I lose my only comrade. Guess I'm on my own now. No, you got Madoka, who didn't even get a chance to play. Looks like she's trying to invite me to join them. Almost sounds like she's taking pity on me even. Hey, I mean, you have a point, but come on! Mashiro stretched out her right hand to me. What? Are you saying it was so bad you couldn't tell left from right? Trying to be reasonable here, Mashiro, but you're making this difficult. Quit making the what so sound. I hate being taunted by her, but having our normal positions reversed is almost refreshing in a way. Well, it's good she's having fun, so I won't complain. Okay, I need to focus on learning the controls for now. I mutter those words to myself after Mashiro distances herself a little. Hi, Madoka. I need to do this to bridge the gap between us. Yeah, I'll at least master the controls by tomorrow. I'm annoying! Please look at me! Anyway, okay, Kunahara Academy FC Club After Practice Gaming Club. Hi, yo-yo. Like that, and then let's go hunting. Let's aim for the top 8. This is very cute. I like this. Like, this board in itself is just wonderful. Point, gain, altitude first. I thought attitude. Altitude first. Anyway, with that, our After Practice Gaming Club has successfully yet slightly stormy launch. Aokana. Day 2. Madoka, no! You still didn't lobby up in time. Sorry. I messed everything up again. Actually, the gap between us has somehow grown wider. The girls are chatting merrily. God, this is like anytime my friends put together like a Valheim or Minecraft or equivalent. I have a lot of my friends enjoy the survival games, Seventh Day to Die, Rust, all that stuff. And they always will set up a server occasionally, especially if they find some new fun mods. And I'm like, yeah, I'll join in. I have no time, so I'll jump in occasionally when I can. And this is just me. I've just been left in the dust. I show it, I'm still in my basic gear, and they're running around with freaking spaceships or something. It totally feels like I'm the odd one out at this point. Man, why can't I control my character properly? Nothing worked out as I planned. Now it's hard for me to even join in the conversation.
なんかこういうマサヤさんも新鮮でいいですね。
What, the part where I'm miserable and sad? Ugh.
そんな泣きそうな顔しないでください。ほら、いい子です。
Now I'm just a dog? Asuka strokes my head for some weird reason. Thanks. Wait, don't tell me I look like some pathetic stray dog. I'm actually starting to feel depressed now. Ugh, you gotta do better next time.
先輩。
Yeah, I know. I can't tell my left from my right. Don't worry, I'll manage on my own.
だったらいいです。
Mashiro didn't say another word to me after that. She was probably gonna try and offer you some advice, dude. Why'd you shut her down? What'd she want to say? Ooh, okay. Nice, keep your form steady. Why are we training with her at night? That's interesting. Okay, now comes the counter. Great job. She performed a feint, then counterattacked with all while accelerating. I thought it'd be hard to give her play style, but she pulled it off without a hitch. Just goes to show how good she is. Ichinose asked me that while breathing heavily. Part of me still trying to figure out exactly how the muscles are straining, but I'm guessing it's just about body control. I mean, doing things like just holding your arms up like this, for instance. Yeah, it's not hard, but try and do it for an hour and you'll be exhausted. You did good. Doubt any ordinary opponent would see through that feint.
よかった。
Ichinose heaves a sigh of relief. What? Want to try it one more time? Or maybe you want to move on to something else?
そうじゃなくて、
Aww.
ありがとうございます。
Huh? Oh, you don't have to thank me.
しますよ。日向さんがされなくても私はします。
You sure are straight-laced. A conversation we had after training camp with Takafuji sparked this event. At the end of the day, she was a huge help during the training camp, plus there was a whole thing with my past too, and also there was that accident, but besides all that, but that's beside the point right now. Anyway, I offered her a return of the favor as a way of apologizing, and her answer surprised me.
それじゃあ、ちょっとお願いできますか？日向さんじゃないと頼めないことなんです。
Aww. I was curious about what she wanted, but it turned out to be something quite obvious.
練習に付き合っていただけて、すごくありがたかったです。
Yeah, besides practice at the school, being able to practice at home is a hallmark of being successful at a sport or a skill. Not like it takes up much time, it's only three 1-hour sessions a week. She's being far too kind.
いえ、あれだけ熱心に指導をされていて、その上でお時間をいただけるのは申し訳ないぐらいです。何かお返しをしなきゃいけませんね。
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm supposed to be repaying you by doing this, remember?
でも、私はあくまでタコアの人間ですし。
Who cares? I wouldn't want her losing a match against us because she feels guilty. Gotta say though, you work ridiculously hard.
そんなことないですよ。
It totally is. Compared to our players, you...
あ、ダメですよ、コーチ。
She's right. You should never, as a leader, undermine your own team behind their backs. No, just don't. Huh?
いくら冗談めかしてても、自分の学校の選手を貶めてはいけません。
Exactly.
そこは絶対に何があっても味方になってあげないと。
This is also a good, rule of any type of management style, right? Defend your people. Yeah, you might have all the problems in the world with them. You might almost hate some of them. But, they're your team. They represent you. You represent them. Never should be bad-mouthing them like that. She's right. That was totally thoughtless of me. Thanks. You're right. Forget I ever said that.
いえ、私も褒められて嬉しかったです。本当は味方にもなってほしい。
Oh my gosh. Writer, you can't be this favoritist. I don't like it when a writer like leads towards a particular girl, and it really feels like Rika's like favorite girl. Sorry, I didn't catch the bat because of the wind. Anyway, guess I'm gonna be training Ichinose from now on. But we're in the same area, which could spell disaster if my players end up facing her in the tournament. Could get hard to continue these practice sessions as the tournament grows closer too. What should I do? Oh no, we continue our practice. Come on. Like, don't even need to think about that. Like, come on. Like, it's one of those things too where it's like, I don't even have to think about it, but the reason being is that, my opinion, it's like, obviously you want to win, right? But you want to win with the person being at their best. I wouldn't want to win a contest because of an unfortunate accident or taking advantage of a rule or a loophole. It's not because it's not a valid win in those cases. Technically they are, but they feel so distasteful, right? If we play against Rika, I want her to be at her best. I want us to be at our best. And I want us to see who comes out on top when we put our best foot forward. Sabotaging somebody else to try and gain an advantage is just so sad. Like, yeah, I know it works. I know it's a big part of the things, and like, I'm not going to be surprised when people take the dirty path forward to try and get to win at all costs. But man, I could never be happy with myself. So even if this wasn't about making a choice in the video game itself for like pathing, it's literally about like, no, there's no reason not to let Rika be the best she can be, and then face her in a like one-to-one like contest and just let ourselves shine no matter what happens. I've got no need to worry. I mean, Kunohama isn't even within spitting distance of Takafuji at the moment, and I'm sure working with a straightforward, skilled athlete like her will only improve my coaching. I need all the help I can get. Also, I can't deny that teaching her is fun. The way she absorbs everything like a sponge makes these moments fulfilling. Asuka also does that though, right? She's very sponge-like. That's why these practice sessions are good for my motivation. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Hinata-san?
Oh, nothing really. It's obvious I can't tell her what I was just thinking. Better change the topic. Man, you really want to get better as fast as possible, huh? She's just a freshman, but Ichinose is already good enough to become a regular at Takafuji. But it clearly isn't enough on her mind, which is something I genuinely respect.
ですね。もっと上手くなりたいです。私。
Wonder why. Her words, which are accompanied by a brilliant smile, make me think of something else entirely. Need to get better, huh? Those words bring Mon Eat back to the forefront of my mind.
何か。
Oh yeah, I remembered a little something. I'll tell you once we're back home. It's not FC related.
なるほど。大変なんですね。
I explained my predicament to Ichinose. I consulted her before I even started playing, so she gets the picture right away. However, based on the slightly exacerbated expression on her face, I figured she must be thinking something like, why did you think this would happen when you put in no practice time? Makes sense, given her personality and all. I don't know. Should we make the gaming club instead or what?
ひなたさんも FC 以外じゃ型なしですね。
Yeah, no, it's clearly obvious. Can't say that I'm all that amazing at FC either.
それはひなたさんの謙遜ですよ。
Putting that aside, the problem is I'm not used to being in this position.
完全に教えられる側ですよね。
Right. Never thought that being my teacher would stress me out that much. She's using my any chance she gets to score some payback for my coaching, and it's really getting to me. I mean, would it kill her to teach me better when she's that good? I swear the controls are stupidly confusing. As I started talking about my arch nemesis, the controls, I immediately started imagining myself pressing the wrong buttons. For example, I tried to pull out the PSQ to explain what I'm struggling with when... Huh? I noticed something I don't remember putting in my bag. What's this?
教えられる側に立つというのもいい経験になるのかもしれないですよ。
Pay attention, dude. She's saying something important here. A strategy guide. What the... Why do I have this inside my bag? Who put it in here? Dude, I swear. 2 brain cells, and they're barely holding on.
ちょっとお茶汲んできますね。
Oh, there's a sticky note on it. Good luck. Good luck, and it had the cat, and then she scribbled it out. These words are followed by something the scene scribbled out. I immediately look at the back of the note and find that it's a sketch of Doommeow. Huh.
はい。じゃ
今お茶を汲んできたのでゆっくりお聞きしましょう。
No, I'm good. She's like, but I was ready for like an hour-long talk. I think I understand exactly what you mean now.
この短時間で
Yeah. I softly gripped the note in my hand. It's hard for a person to work hard when they get no praise or encouragement.
ほう
Well, good night.
はいよかったです。おやすみなさい。
She's like, I kind of was ready for a whole thing here, but all right. She's like genuinely disappointed that they can't talk more. And so after that, change comes to the Kunahama Gaming Club that sprouted to life through some strange turn of events. Cheered on by my player, who's taking on the role of coach.
驚いた。
All right. Now, I know this might be a bit of an awkward place to end it, but I think this is a good place to end it. Maybe, just maybe, he'll actually think about things enough to actually see what's going on here, but it's great. It's brilliant. This is actually really cool. It is a good example of how different medias can actually help overcome social boundaries that normally wouldn't be overcomable. Good grief, I'm just making up stuff now. But one of my favorites is tabletop RPGs. That's something I play a lot, and as I've gotten older, it's become a great hobby to reconnect with friends with over the internet because of modern technology making it possible, which is great. But it's also helped us introduce each other to new people. And so our friend circle at our tables have grown to the point where there's like several people who are in my table regularly who I play like these games with that I've literally never met in person, but I consider them to be friends because we've shared those experiences and those stories together. It's a great way to meet. And so like video games, a good example. FC, good example. Doing activities together, even with strangers, can really help build those bonds up and gives you something common to talk about. It's brilliant. It's really cool. So I'm really enjoying this arc so far of just really focusing down on characters and specifically how friendships and teamwork and companionship start. Like, it's a really interesting look at it, and it's a cool way where they're pulling it apart and diagnosing it in a really, really effective way, I think. It's very hard to articulate friendship and how it works, but this is getting fairly close, and I like that. It's reminding me of things I've always known, but I always trouble figuring out. So that's really cool. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel. It's a pleasure to have you here. It's a pleasure to be able to share Aokana. It's a good game. I've really enjoying this one. I'm glad that I decided to push this one up on top of my personal list of game we play. That's what Wednesdays are. That's my hey, I want to play something really bad. Combination usually of interest in the community or something has caught my eye or a game that has been made by a small creator or a small development team that I want to highlight because it looks interesting and I want to see more visual novels get made. So I want to support those small creators too. But I'm glad I picked it for this one. Anyway, that's all I got to say for now. So thank you so much. I gotta go get to bed. I gotta get ready for work tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed yourselves. But until the next video you're watching me, I have to see me in next. I'll see you there.